Hello and welcome to today's class. So today I will show you how to name an organic compound that has different substituents. So let's take for instance example 1. Assuming we have So how do we name this compound? So the first thing is to identify the longest carbon chain. So this is the longest carbon chain. Now let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 carbons. And 5 carbon is called pent. Now, so if you look at the compound, it is a single bonded compound. And a single bonded compound is called alkane. Okay, if you look at this structure very well, we have 3 different substituents in it. We have chlorine, we have fluorine, and we have iodine. Since we have 3 different substituents, we name the compound alphabetically. Now, C alphabetically comes before F, and F comes before I. So C is 1, F is 2, and I is 3. Now let's number the compound from left to right and from right to left. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, so since chlorine is the first alphabetically, then our naming process should start from chlorine. Counting from left to right, chlorine comes first. The placement here is 1. And counting from right to left, chlorine comes 5th. Now, so which one do we choose? We choose 1. So we are going with the lower numbering, which is left to right. Now, in naming this compound, we have 1 chloro. Now, if you look at the second substituent, which is fluorine, fluorine falls where? Fluorine falls at the 3rd carbon, which is 3 fluoro. And then the 3rd substituent, which is iodine, where does it fall? It falls at the 2nd carbon. Remember, we are using the lower numbering. So it is 2 iodo, and then the name of the longest carbon chain, which is pentane. So let's take another example. Example 2. So if we have this compound, how do we name this compound? So the first thing is to identify the longest carbon chain. But in this structure, we only have 1 carbon chain, which is the horizontal carbon chain. So let's count the number of carbons in the chain. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon, and 3 carbons is called prop. Now, if you look at the structure, it is a single bonded compound. And a single bonded compound is called alkane. If you also look at the structure, we have three different substituents. We have bromine, we have chlorine, and we have chlorine. Bromine, chlorine, and chlorine. Now, alphabetically, B comes before C. So B is 1, and then C is 2, and then C again is 3. So let's number the structure from left to right and from right to left. We have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Since B comes before C and B is 1, so our priority or our focus is on bromine. Counting from left to right, bromine is placed at the second carbon. The lower numbering here is 2. And then from right to left, bromine is placed at the second carbon. The upper numbering here is 2. So which one do we go with? Do we go with the lower numbering or the upper numbering? So I prefer the upper numbering. So let's go with the upper numbering. So now let's name the compound. We have 2-bromo. Now the second chlorine, where is it placed? Since we are going with the upper numbering, this is the second chlorine because 1 comes before 2. So we have 1 for the first chlorine, and then the second chlorine falls at 2. So we have comma 2. Di. Di is as a result of two different numbers. So when you have two numbers, it is called di. If you have three numbers, it is called tri. Since we have two different chlorine in this structure, so it is called 1,2-dichloro. And then the name of the longest carbon chain, which is propane.